Hi friends, welcome. This is a nice 40-minute yin flow that you might want to start your day with on this beautiful, chilly, almost spring day. Today I am only using one block, but you can modify without blocks. I also invite you to use any other props that you might have available. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I'm Rebecca and this is Body Illumination. Throughout the flow today, you will see some words. Those are there to help you cultivate your intention or your Sankalpa. So with that in mind, let's just take a moment, get comfortable in a nice seated position, and think about what it is that you want to cultivate in your practice today. Maybe it's just to feel good, to feel energetic, to feel healthy and happy. Whatever it is, just tune into that. Inhale, sip the breath in, fill all the way up, and then retain your breath for a moment. Just take a moment. Now slowly exhale the breath out. Take your time. Empty, empty, empty out completely, and then stay empty. Now breathe normally. So let's start with a heart opener. So you're going to come into butterfly, but we are going to recline back. So I'm going to show you and demonstrate with the block. You can take the block between your shoulder blades, but you're also welcome to take the block a little bit lower. So that variation is above. And you are also welcome to just lie flat on your back. So 3 different variations. Just open your arms up maybe over your head if that feels appropriate. Okay, when you hear those chimes, we are releasing the pose. So let's slowly move out of this, and we are going to come into another back bend. Okay, remove your block and windshield wipe your legs side to side. Let's take a couple of pelvic tilts here. So while you're on your back, pull your pelvis into a posterior pelvic tilt, like you're pressing your lower back into the earth, and then arch into an anterior pelvic tilt. And do that a couple more times. Then we are coming into our next back bend. So we're opening up the front side of the body. Go ahead and come into a bridge. So you can do this without a block. If you do have a prop, a pillow, a bolster, a block, you're going to put it right underneath your sacrum. So get nice and comfy in there. And there's a couple of variations. Again, if you do use the block, you can prop it up on the low side or the high side. And then you are also welcome to extend your legs out. So see what is working for you today at this moment. No judgment, no expectations, just play with this and see what feels right. Really cultivate that intuitive sense in your body. That relationship is so important, especially in our yin practice. Connect back in with your breath and remove your block if you are using a prop. Then squeeze your knees in towards your chest, gently rock them out from side to side. And let's come into a little happy baby dead bug on your back. This is just a transitional pose, so we will only be here for a short time. So just play with me for a little bit. Let's take one leg and stretch it out, and then change sides. Then you can do that a couple more times. And when you're ready, just take the full expression and melt your spine down into the earth. Release your feet, take your feet down into the earth, and windshield wipe your legs, again from side to side. Let's flip over onto our hands and knees and play with an exaggerated cat and cow. Reaching your spine all the way back into a child's pose and lifting your heart up into the sky. And again, round through the spine, sit all the way back. Lift the heart up, tuck the toes under. Then let's come into child's pose. And if you'd like to join me, I invite you to use your block. You can take your forearms or your wrists on top of the block, maybe even rotate your palms up towards the sky, and you get that nice opening through the connective tissue and the meridians through the inside of the arm. So play with that, see if that works for you today. And if not, just come into your expression of child's pose. Now we are going to navigate over to our left side. So if you're using a prop, take it over to the left and drape your body over it. Okay, friends, let's come through to center and move over to our right side now. And let's release that. Round through your spine, press back into a downward facing dog. Come all the way back. And once you get into your downward facing dog, we're going to take that left leg up into the sky nice and high and step it all the way through. I always, for some reason, typically start with my left leg. I think I'm left-footed. So we're going to come into dragon, a twisting dragon, and we're going to do some variations. So throughout this, you are welcome to just stay in one variation if you'd like, or join me as I move through the different options in this pose. So we're going to twist. If you want to use a prop, you are welcome to. Maybe add a little pressure to the inner thigh of the left leg. You lift your chin, lift your heart. So play with the different expressions. Okay, now for this next part, I really love this variation with the block. So I'm taking the block right around my knee. So I don't want to feel any pressure in the back of the knee or the knee joint, but I'm lifting my leg up and then I'm tucking my toe under. So this really helps me personally to get a deeper expression of the pose. So you are welcome to play with maybe a bolster or a blanket back there, tuck the toe under, and see how that feels for you. If it's not working, then no big deal. Okay, now let's take that block a little further forward so that there's almost, it's basically just touching the top of your thigh. So you can feel the block. That tactile feeling gives your body that neurological response that it needs to feel supported, and it allows you to go deeper. So play with that, just moving the block slightly forward so it's touching your thigh, and then go ahead and bend the knee and reach back for that back foot. Again, these options are all your choices. This is your practice. I'm just providing you with some options today. And move your props, release that, and then slide that back leg right underneath your left leg. So we're going, stacking the knees one on top of another into knee pile or shoelace. And again, variations. You could take the block forward, prop your forehead on it. You can take it underneath your chest for some support there, or under your hips. You can reach your arms forward, or you can take another variation with your arms in this pose, which I really enjoy because I love opening up the arms, the upper body, and the lower body. So you're going to sandwich your arms and go ahead and take your right arm and then your left arm on top and fold forward. Now, as we come to the end of this posture, if you want to, come on up with me. We are going to sit up nice and tall and take the fingertips into the earth so that they're facing the hips. And that'll add some nice decompression right into the forearms and the wrist and the hands. Very subtle, but very effective. Okay, let's release those legs. Take them out in front of you. Wash them across the room. Give them a nice bend from side to side. And now extend your legs out. Come on forward into a straddle, and let's side bend up and over to the right side. So you can prop your elbow up onto a block or a bolster or not. So you can take that top arm behind your head and just reach it up into the sky or support it, whatever feels best for you. Okay, let's come on up and just take a little twist from side to side. Relax the shoulders, and then we are moving over to our left side. Again, this feels like a nice deep, deep yawn in the body, stretching out all the connective tissue in the side body. So important. Release that top arm. Come on up. Really stretch through the side body to come up and take a nice twist to each side. Let's come on forward onto our hands and knees. Wiggle your hips out and then stretch back into a child's pose. Open the heart up and press back downward facing dog. Okay, let's roll onto the balls of the feet a couple of times, then stretch the right leg up into the sky, lunge it all the way through between your hands. And let's take our time moving into this dragon. Slowly release the knee down into the earth, untuck the toes, and play with me as we go through the different variations. This side might be a little bit different from the other side, more than likely. Maybe lift the heart and spiral a little bit more. Just investigate with the breath, almost like you're tasting a new cuisine. When you go through these postures, you can see what you can explore. Okay, so the next variation would be to support the knee and then keep the toes tucked so you can feel a deeper stretch, not only through the back of the leg, but more importantly, right into that psoas, into the groin. We're going to take that block in front of the knee, drop the knee down, and just add just a little tactile support over there. And if you want to, then go ahead and bend the back leg and grab onto the leg and spiral open a little bit deeper. Release your foot, move that prop out of the way if you're using one, and then slide that extended leg underneath the bent leg, coming into your shoelace, okay? So the knees are stacked one on top of the other. Use your block, again, different variations. Then go ahead and play with the different variations and melt your body into the pose. So if you want to, come on up with me now and take your hands down into the earth. Spread those palms nice and wide. Extend your arms, open your heart. Peel the shoulders open as you lift the chest. Let's release that. Wipe the legs across the room. Okay, now let's take the legs out in front of us, come onto our back, and we are going to come into snail. The first option would just be to lift your legs up. You can take your legs up into the sky. You can take a block underneath your hips with your legs into the sky. If you want to move into the snail pose, then you're going to lift your hips up and over. Now, I'm using the prop again just for that tactile feedback. It's not really doing much, as you can tell. It's like a little kickstand per se. Give that a go and let me know how it feels. Okay, now lower those legs down into the earth. Wash them across the room a couple of times, keep them bent, and then let's come back down just like we started our practice, but this time maybe take the block a little bit lower. So we're going to decompress the spine a little bit and open it up from the deep compression we were in snail. And just melt yourself into the earth. This is such a nice, beautiful time of year because the spring shows us how beautiful transformation can be. Nature is really a mirror for life. Let's roll to one side and take that block out. If you're using it, come onto your back and let's move into final relaxation. Maybe soften the breath a little bit, let out a sigh, soften your jaw. See where you can let go. Let's deepen our breath. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, stretch open your jaw. Come on over to your right side in a little ball. Then let's come on up to a seated posture. As we end our practice, it's nice to tune into that intention, whatever it might be. What is it that you want to cultivate on and off the mat in your life today? Let's bring our hands to our heart center. Om Shanti, 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 Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much, my beautiful friends.